Hello, and thank you for joining me once again for the latest installment of The Vault. My name is Julie Fry, and I'm the curator at Stan Hywet Hall and Gardens. Today, I'm standing in the radio room, which is on the third floor of the Manor House. The radio room is originally part of the trunk room, which was a storage space used by the Cyberlings for luggage and other kind of miscellaneous items that they wanted tucked out of the way. Now, in 1921, when their youngest son, Franklin, was 13 years old, he took the test to get his amateur radio license, and his parents turned over this corner of the trunk room so that he could have a space to practice his radio hobby. Now, Franklin described his interest in radio in an oral history given in 1983. I did soon begin my first hobby, amateur radio, which kept me happy and out of circulation for a considerable period. I took the government exam for a radio license in Cleveland when I was 13, and with me were my co-students and teachers, Maurice and Lavinia Knight, who lived across the way. The examiner took a fatherly interest in us and said that up to that time, Lavinia, a year younger, was the youngest ever to be examined in the 8th district. In those days, equipment had to be handmade, which was part of the fun. I bought a secondhand line transformer from the power company and rewound the secondary core to produce 1500 volts. Receivers and transmitters were not packaged, but were assembled from parts and wired in the radio room. Even cabinets had to be handmade. I applied for a license in the 3rd district when I went away to school at Lawrenceville and had a transmitter in my room there as well. So all of the pieces that we have here on the table and in the radio room were actually handmade by Franklin as he described. So there were no kits that you could just go to Sears and Roebuck's, for example, and buy that were ready to use. Each amateur radio user had to make their own equipment from scratch. So it was something that for a young boy with an inquisitive mind would have been a really wonderful hobby to have. And Franklin did enjoy being a radio operator through his teen years. If you'd like to see the radio room in person, it is available on the Nooks and Crannies tour. So thank you for joining me once again for the latest installment of The Vault. I look forward to sharing more again with you soon.